I made a video analyzing the outfits of Naruto parts 1 and 2. They had good character designs, but does Boruto? I'll be looking at the Genin and Blue Vortex designs and comparing them to the quality of the original. In my Naruto video, I explained how iconic jackets were the focus for most of the designs. I'll primarily look at part 1 since they have the best ones. A lot of the jackets are unique and have a little touch of personality. Some of them don't even look like jackets that would exist in real life. Starting with the protagonist, his jacket is the most detailed. He has a collar that looks like a bomber jacket, but it's raised like a thick turtleneck. I actually thought Kimono made this up himself, but if you look up high-collared bomber jackets, this actually exists, it's just not common. And then because Naruto folds the collar, it makes it look wider and thicker, unlike in real life. I don't know why so many people incorrectly call it a jumpsuit. It's a bomber. The only thing missing is the cuffs. The collar is white, then the jacket is blue down to his chest, and then orange. Then he has a blue waistband and a unique patch on his left shoulder. Neji has the second most detailed jacket. It has a wide and high collar that isn't really found in real jackets. It has a zipper down the middle, but also 3 flaps over the zipper. The jacket is also short-sleeved. Hinata has a pretty standard zipper hoodie, but the fur trim at the bottom adds personality. Kiba also has a low-detailed zipper hoodie, but towards the top, the jacket splits like lapels on a suit and turns into a fur-trimmed hoodie. His wrists also have fur. Shino has a basic trench coat, but the Kimono-style high collar adds flair. Shikamaru has a zipperless, buttonless, open cropped jacket with a secondary collar for the lining. Choji has a basic open jacket with no zippers or buttons. His scarf adds some flair though. These are the main jackets in part 1. They also have pretty good color schemes. Let's look at Genin Boruto characters. Boruto tries and fails to copy his father's swagger. He wears a tracksuit. Apart from the collar being raised high, this tracksuit is something that you could find in real life, unlike many of the Naruto jackets. The color scheme is weak too. It's mostly black with pink on the inside, and a pink stripe going down each sleeve. The design being mostly black is a weak choice, because black is technically a value, not a color. You don't see that in Naruto part 1. Shikadai wears the plainest zipper jacket possible, with a slightly raised collar that looks like Sakura's. He doesn't even have pockets, cuffs, or a waistband. The color is also pretty weak. It's like an off-white color rather than something that pops. Naruto had some weaker color schemes too, but the other characters with bright colors made up for that, like Team 7. Inojin wears the same jacket as Shikadai, except it's cropped and short-sleeved. Then he has a red strap on each shoulder. His color is black, another weak choice. The purplish shirt makes it a little better, but it's too desaturated. Sarada basically wears the same thing as her mom, so she loses points for originality. Kimonos aren't something I covered in much detail, but Naruto did them better, specifically with the Sannin. Jiraiya wore a green kimono with a red sleeveless haori. Green and red are complementary colors, so extra points for that. Tsunade had a gray kimono and a green haori. I don't exactly know what Orochimaru was wearing, but that white cloak with the iconic purple rope belt was solid. Boruto has 2 characters with kimonos, Mitsuki and Jojo. Both of them have a kimono with a belt. I can't lie, Mitsuki's half and half color scheme looks sick. They chose 2 good colors that work together. Throwing on a black sleeveless haori like the Sannin could have made it better, but it still looks good. Jojo has a white kimono with a yellow belt. White is a value, and the overall design just looks lazy in comparison to the past kimono wearers. You could even look at part 2 Sasuke and Neji for decent examples of kimonos. Both of them had their top tucked into pants, which had extra details like a waistcoat or karate apron, adding personality. That personality is non-existent here. Does the sequel get better? Absolutely. I'll start with Boruto. It's more detailed, but it doesn't have the uniqueness of part 1 Naruto. The pieces of clothing look like something that could be found in the real world, rather than the Naruto world. It's also a little over-designed. He's wearing a dress shirt for starters. Naruto has never had dress shirts. It has a lot of zipper shirts, but not really dress shirts. And then he's wearing a blazer on top of that. Once again, that doesn't feel like Naruto. Where are the zippers? The multiple lapel pins are unnecessary. The pink cuffs on the blazer add a little personality, but the weak color scheme is still present. The best part of his design is the Sasuke cloak with the pink inside. Boruto leveled up a little, but it's still not great. Sarada is a different case. She's no longer copying her mom, and she has her own design and color scheme. The black with red accents mimicking her father's Akatsuki ties looks phenomenal. I know Boruto had a similar black and pink scheme, but the pink was too small there. Here, the red inside is more visible due to how loosely she wears the jacket, and there is red on the cuffs, her shirt, her belt, and her socks. The ninja headband being added to the jacket in a unique way is awesome. The jacket kinda looks like a puffer tracksuit, like what Boruto used to wear, but the contrast in weight between her top half and bottom half adds quality to the design. So does the unique way she wears it. It's always hanging off one shoulder. Apart from their jackets, most characters wear plain shirts and pants, so her unique clothes get extra points. The overall design sharing 2 colors is great. I honestly think this rivals part 1 Naruto fits. Mitsuki's design dropped a little, but it's not too bad. On the outside, his jacket has a little flavor. The extremely long sleeves and the single-breasted jacket make a unique combination. Inside, he has another jacket similar to Shikadai and Hinojin. This design is pretty solid. The color scheme is just holding it back. It's 90% black. The inside of the sleeves, his button, his belts, and his shoes are all light blue, and the jacket inside is pale blue. If his color scheme was improved, maybe just the same as pre-time skip, he'd at least be on Sarada's level. Kawaki is solid. His jacket is a high collar trench coat with a belt on the collar and a ripped sleeve on one side. The shape of the collar looks sloppy, but his shirt with a high collar and his overall color scheme make up for that. The white, black, and lavender look great and are positioned well. If his jacket was slightly better, this would be great. The yellow accents do nothing for me. The shade is ugly and once again, is mostly on the inside of the jacket, making it barely visible. Himawari is just wearing a shirt and pants. The colors are fine, but the fit is too casual. Sasuke is the closest example, but his shirt had the Kishimoto collar that can't be found in real life. Then he had arm warmers and bandages to make him look cool. Meanwhile, Himawari has friendship bracelets and a ridiculously long belt. Shikadai finally picked up some sauce. His jacket is mostly the same as Genin Boruto's, except the pink is green, but there are small differences that build up. His pants and jacket are different colors, and the pant color gels with the design. This makes the design more interesting. The jacket is zipped, making the color positioning simpler. Black on top, tan on the bottom. His jacket is tucked into his pants, adding personality. His jacket has more of the second color, like at the cuffs and the Nara symbol. Finally, the headband is woven into his sleeve, similar to Sarada. And then moving down, he has more green. His belt and soles use green again. His shoes having the same color scheme as his jacket, after the break from it with the pants, looks great. Shikadai's up there with Sarada and Mitsuki. Inojin got better. He has a pretty basic sweater, but the raised collar and the extreme bagginess give it some personality. The diagonal single strap backpack is a welcome accessory. The blue and white is a decent color scheme too. Chocho is wearing a haori or kimono. Again, it's white, of value. There are yellow accents, but they're washed out. The pink arm warmers are an interesting idea, but they're barely visible. Then inside, she's wearing black clothes that could be found in real life. Even Naruto characters have weak shirts under their jackets, but the jacket/outerwear does the heavy lifting. Her outerwear isn't lifting anything. Team Shinki has more laziness. Shinki's wearing a zipper hoodie that could probably be found in real life. Yodo is wearing a cropped version of that. Then the rest of their clothes are just basic. The straps on Shinki look kinda cool, but everything else is weak. The color schemes aren't too bad, they're just linked to weak fits. So overall, Boruto Part 2 definitely leveled up from Part 1, but it doesn't quite have the same consistency of Naruto Part 1 or 2. The main issues are the fact that the outfits feel like they can be found in real life. They lack unique touches of flair and detail. The color schemes are weaker, and the color positioning is weaker.